What's going on, guys? It's No just checking in with another episode of The Time where I share with you guys a life story that I think is either revealing of my character and or amusing or funny. It's just something more lighthearted to break up the normal content on this channel, which, as you guys know, tends to be on the more serious side in general. So if that interests you, then I think you'll enjoy this video, and if that doesn't interest you, then hopefully there's another video on the channel that you might find of some use. But today we're going to talk about the time I humiliated a popular upperclassman who was trying to pick on me in high school. Now, I'm going to take you back to 2001. I was a freshman in high school, and I have to admit, I sort of looking back on it, I kind of understand why some upperclassmen didn't care for me. I perhaps came off a little strong, a little egocentric. I certainly felt very confident. Perhaps it, started to tiptoe and cross into cockiness, and it caught the attention of some upperclassmen. Now, everyone in my class, as far as I knew, was very much okay with me, and most upperclassmen were okay with me as well. But some of the preppier, jock-style dudes in the grade above me, sophomores, when I was a freshman, didn't like me. One in particular really seemed to make it his life goal to give me crap. His name was Matt. I'm not going to give you his last name to protect his anonymity, even though fuck that guy. But still, his name is Matt, and he would call me names in the hallway. He would bump me with his shoulder when we were walking by, like try to knock my books out of my hand. Classic bully type of douchebag. But looking back, this kid was kind of like a scrawny, gangly, like suburban kid who was on the football team but never played because he was too weak and not very athletic. But his parents probably put him in all those programs growing up. He had a lot of big buff jock friends, and he just kind of became like your stereotypical bully asshole type of dude. Now, I don't know the guy on a personal level, but from what I knew about him, he seemed like a real peach. Anyway, so one day, midway through the year, and I'm used to him antagonizing me a little bit. He's never really done anything like truly problematic other than just call me names, yell at me, make fun of me with his friends here and there. But one day I'm walking home from school. I'm a freshman, I can't drive. And he must have had his permit or license or something. He was a sophomore. He could drive. And so I'm walking, I got my head down. I'm just thinking about something. I don't know what. And he drives by and he honks his horn really loud. Really, really loud. And it startles me. And I look up all of a sudden, and it's him like flipping me off, like calling me a fag or something like that. Pardon my language. I don't condone that sort of language. But that's just what he yelled out the window. And I have to admit, it sort of upset me. And it sort of just like, it pushed me over a line with this kid. I'm like, this kid is pathetic. Like, why does he waste so much time with me, but he never does anything to my face? He was just a total pansy in that way. So I go home that night and I type up on paper something to this effect. I say, "Dear Matt, anybody can drive by in their mom's car, startle an underclassman, call them names, flip them off, and feel tough, and then drive away. Perhaps you should grow a pair of balls and actually come to the underclassman's face and say these things right to his face, man to man, one-on-one, and not behind the comfort and safety of your friends in your mom's car." And so I typed this out in big bold letters, and then I went early in the morning and I photocopied 200 copies of this. I almost don't know what I was thinking in hindsight, but it was really tough to pick on me in high school because I was outgoing, I was confident, and I didn't take crap from upperclassmen. I was more of like a defender of the people being bullied, and I really like to go after the kids that were bulliers, so to speak. So I post this all over the school. Mind you, it's my freshman year. All over the school. I mean, I put up 200 copies and flooded sophomore hall with probably a third of all of the copies I had. So I did it at like 6 a.m. before the next day of school. And so morning classes go by, and I know there's chirping going on about this. I see people reading it, laughing, giggling. It seemed to be going really well. And so during break, morning break, I'm sitting with my buddies, and I see this posse of sophomores coming down the hallway, and I'm not gonna lie, a part of me was like, oh shit. What did I do? I'm bigger now, I weigh 240 pounds now. Most guys would rather not mess with me, but come get some of the big no-no. What you want? Look at that. Then I was probably 150 pounds. I wasn't a big guy. I was probably the same size as him. In retrospect, he was a little taller. Anyway, I see a flood of dudes coming down the hallway, and my heart starts beating a little bit, adrenaline, fight or flight. And I'm like, oh shit, here we go. And so he comes up, I'm sitting down, I stand up, and he walks up to me, And he goes, what now? And I look at him and I'm like, are you serious? He's like, what? I'm right here. I'm like, yeah, but you're right here with your friends. You're not alone. Did you not read the message? He's like, well, I don't give a shit about, fuck my friends. Then you and me. And I'm like, name the place. And I puff my chest up and I'm like, sell it, Noah. Sell that shit. I'm like, you name the place. I got my friends all watching, freshmen, sophomore, juniors. He's like, after school. I'm like, I'll be there. Where? The field. Totally something corny like that. Fine, the field. You and me, one-on-one. Okay, wait. I can't. Why can't you? This is me saying, why can't you? He's like, well, I had something I have to do after school. I'm like, well, we'll do it tomorrow. Well, I gotta go out of town, actually. When I get back. I'm like, cool, when you get back, one-on-one, man up. And his friends are all staring at him now and looking at me. I think they're trying to decide, do I do something? But I got all my friends, and I don't think they were trying to actually get in a fight. Nothing ever happened. All that happened from that is he never picked on me again. And I got more props from juniors, seniors, and other kids in my grade, even some sophomores, than I ever could have imagined. It opened doors wide open in terms of socially for me and becoming comfortable with all the other kids in the school, minus his little clique. But I think even his friends were amused by the situation. And that is the story of how I dealt with an upperclassman who was trying to humiliate me. I had teachers singing my praises. It was a really funny memory. In hindsight, I might have gotten my ass kicked with another person. I got lucky and I played him for a punk and he ended up being such. We'll do another video soon, back to more normal content, so to speak. I hope everyone is doing well. Please tell me a story from high school that you have where you had to deal with a bully, if you have one. And tell me what happened, how it went. I'd love to read about your story. And I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. And until the next time I do another where I tell a story, take good care, guys. Peace. Oh, and Matt, I'm not playing, bro. Come get some. And now I'm officially a douchebag.